Listen, when you got family, and these two guys are my family, and they take time out of their busy schedule to come on this show to not only just to hang out, but my nephew is making his debut here on the DJ Mel show, and I don't know what took him so long to come on his uncle's show after all these years, but that's all right. All good things come to those who wait. So I'm very honored to welcome back to the DJ Mel show my brother, my friend, two-time WMEL radio honoree as a member of the Manhattans, and who is on the road right now, who's not in Jersey. He's somewhere in the on the coast location at the moment, getting ready for a show down there. Everybody, Gerald Alston and my nephew and his son Calvin Alston. Welcome, fellas. Welcome.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
Yeah, yes, indeed, man. Hey, big bro, how you doing?
I'm kicking, baby. I'm relaxing.
Yeah. Yes. I can let everybody know, right? Joe's in Florida. Where at, I don't know, but he's, I guess him and the Manhattans has got a show going on down in Florida, either tonight or tomorrow.
Actually, I just left a convention and I sang at the convention and I'm on vacation right now.
Oh,
He's on that thing vacation.
yeah.
Good for you.
Yes.
Yeah, but Joe is on so they mean that you are now officially on vacay.
That's right. I'm just here to support my dear son.
All right. Yes, indeed, right. Nephew, what's going on, man?
How's everything?
Everything, man. I'm proud of you, man. Yeah, man. You stepping in Daddy's footsteps now, huh?
Right. Yeah. Some of that. Yeah.
He got some pretty good shoes that he's stepping in. He's got.
Yeah, I don't want to fall behind those. I make my own. It works that way.
Yeah, man. So Cal, so let me start with you, man. So what make you decide at a young age, and, of course I know you, right? I've been knowing you ever since you're a little boy, and what made, and I know your passion or what you want to do, but tell the people, also Natalie and Pat, what's it been a long time dream for you to do music and also follow in Gerald's footsteps?
It was music. Music chose me. A lot of it started as a hobby, and I didn't take it seriously until like I got into college. Before then, it was just something I kind of did recreationally, and I developed a lot of skill writing songs, and I didn't even start thinking about singing until high school, and that at the time was just, again, to kind of help, broaden my resume for college. And then when I got into college and I started meeting people that were doing this seriously, that's when I said, you know what, I have the skills, I have the acquired technique and things that I should be utilizing, and I started to take it more seriously. And I was blessed enough to be featured on artists that I was going to school with at the time. He now goes by Moko. Terrence, his project, Hieroglyphics, he said, if you can write me a verse and I like it, I'm going to put it on the song. And it just kind of went from there.
Wow, right. And Joe, right, when Calvin come to you and say, Dad, I'm thinking serious about this music thing, what do you tell him?
Well, I tell him to make sure he know the business, and just be prepared for sometimes the rejection. A lot of time artists, so many artists have come out and had the hit record and never seen rejection, but then when they get it, they go all to pieces. But when you that roller coaster, like, you have a chance to appreciate who you are and what your gift is. And that's what I've been teaching him. And he's want to make it on his own, and I'm there for him 110,000%.
Yeah, because usually kids of R&B legends, especially known one that we know and love, Eddie the Vert. He said in an interview that he tried not to get Joe and Sean in the business because this music business is a rocky business to get in. Easy to get in, but hard as hell to keep it up.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Hard to maintain.
Yeah, go ahead, Gerald.
yeah. But I know that Calvin has the potential. He has to get up and go to do it. He's not one to say, well, okay, it didn't happen this time. I'm out. No, he's gonna come back. And very proud of him. And he does it both. He rap a little bit and he sing, and he have his own style. I've been told that Calvin sounds like I did as a young man.
Mhm.
And he sang on him and Calvin and Tart, Mill's son, sang on my gospel album. And that's when a lot of people heard that, they said, you guys sounded like, but it sounds like each part of your career when you first started, middle, and then there you are. So I believe in him, and I know that he's gonna do very well.
Yeah.
And I got a million.
Right. Yeah. So Calvin, right? So you are now officially in the business, but what was the best advice that Gerald gave you in order for you to make it in this business? What was the best advice he gave you?
I would say it comes down to the component of singing, like about my voice, realistically. Because being a triple threat is like a big deal, but at the time I wasn't fond of singing, and it was dad's kind of it was his advice on to keep hammering away at it, because that was the one thing I didn't want to do. I wanted to write, I wanted to rap, I didn't want to touch singing. That was his thing. And he kept saying, like, you have to remember, one, your voice is going to be different, it's going to change, and your voice is going to get better the more you do this. So that was one of the things that for me, I think kind of just drove my mentality in achieving how I was going to sound when I sing, as well as just in the business in general. Because this business is something that you have to stay consistent in. It's that's just what it is. So even though it started out with him just saying that's how you're going to get better at singing, is hammering away at it, just doing your scales, doing your exercises, that translates over into the bigger part of the business. And I mean, he's not wrong. How many years has it been now? 50 something years they've been doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And also, the most important thing I told him is to learn the business. He has to learn the business. And from my experiences, I shared that with him. And he's seen a lot of the things that I've been through, the ups and downs, so he's got a hold on that too.
Oh yeah, right. Because damn, right. You don't want to pull out on Big Bertha, right? Bust a cap on somebody, right? Trying to hurt your son, right? Yeah. Natalie Ray, right? Talk to Joe and Calvin Alston.
All right, so Calvin, because you being so young, I in talking to a lot of various different artists, I myself being one of these people in this industry. 30 seconds. I need you to give me a 30-second pitch as to why someone should invest their ears. Notice I said their ears. Because once they invest their ears and they like what they hear, they invest this. So 30 seconds, and I'm timing you. Here's your sell pitch. Why should I invest my ears into Calvin Alston? Go.
Because you want to hear old school doo-wop mixed with neo soul, hip hop, and you want to hear a sound, a message that's original and isn't relying on gimmicks. I'm speaking honestly about my truth as a human being, And if we look at a lot of artists today, that's not always the case. So if you want someone genuine, you want someone with a style that doesn't get utilized as often as it does, as it should, and it fuses one of the greatest genres, check me out.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. You did it. 30 seconds on the nail. I like how you said genuine. One of the things that I tell my children is individuality is a beautiful thing. It's okay to see someone that you like and you like their style. That's a great form of flattery to mimic their style. But it's better being you. So I like how you said genuine. To be you. You want to hear the authenticity of it all. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So I greatly appreciate that. And I am so looking forward to hearing what you bring to the table, because the reason why I created the Red Zone was because, well, for one, it was a pandemic and I needed something to do because I wasn't performing. Two, it's because I was opened and introduced to a world of a lot of indie artists. And when I did my thesis, I did my thesis on negotiation in the music industry. And I ended up talking to this big time country producer. Don't ask me how I got this dude, but I did. I thank God I did, because I got an A on that paper. But anyway, one thing he said was, with the way this music industry is going, your best bet is to stay independent. Get a distribution deal, but stay independent. Don't let them lock you in. So when I got into opening this whole thing with the Red Zone, my mind and body, my spirit, my ears were open to so many indie artists. And I hate using that term indie artists, because it's just artists. We all do the same thing. God uses us to deliver a message. That's what we are. We're messengers. And I love being able to introduce the world to the unfamiliar. Because the more they're introduced to the unfamiliar, the more they're going to want to hear and invest in the unfamiliar. So I'm so looking forward to hearing what all that you have to bring to the table. Like, because you seem like you just, I know Pop has coached you. I'm pretty sure he's coached you very well. But it seems like you are truly ready to just take the bull by the horns and ride it on out. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you bring. Pops look like he is tired, because he has been doing a lot of traveling.
I'm just listening.
How many shows per year do you all crank out?
Well, we're on the way. Last year we did about 45 weekends out here. And this year we kind of cut back a little bit. I would say maybe we had 35, maybe to 40 shows this year.
I know that's exhausting.
Yeah.
I know that's exhausting, but 50 years in the game, man, you have wisdom and a half to share. So at this time, I'm going to ask, because I know you've imparted wisdom to your son. For anybody coming in this industry, because we know this industry is cutthroat, it takes thick skin. You have to stand firm in who you are and what you believe in. So what advice can you give to the newbies who thinks that all I have to do is upload to YouTube and call it a day?
No, first of all, you have to believe in yourself. No, first of all, you got to have faith in God, number one. Because I know for a fact, 53 years, I wouldn't have made it without him. And so you got to believe in yourself, stay true to who you are. During the disco era, when everybody jumped, all the artists of the 70s, a lot of them jumped on the disco band. We stayed to who we and what we were doing. Ballad, love songs. And we made it through. We had Kiss and Say Goodbye. the second largest song in the history of Columbia Records single that ever sold went double platinum. And I say to those people, and to just like I will say to Calvin, same thing. You have to believe in yourself, stay true to yourself, sing songs that people can identify with, whether you're rapping or whether you're singing. You tell a story that they can identify with, it'll take you a long ways, because people identify with us. And if the young people, more young artists will write songs and deliver their songs about life, about reality, about what's going on, without the negativity sometimes, going directly to the point, but because you can tell the story without going there. And, I just advise, that's my advice. And, and Calvin is going in that direction. They're doing the same thing. He's doing songs that people can identify with. He tells stories. Yes, he's a little on the edge with it, but he tells the story so you can hear it. And stories you can identify, stories and songs that you can identify with.
I would add that I think that is something you've probably encountered a lot, actually, Natalie, because independent artists, and at least in my experience, have been the ones that are more into the craft itself. A lot of times now, the machine is grabbing people based on popularity, who they can brand, and that's not new. But there were still a plethora of artists to hold the line in terms of artistic integrity. And now that a lot of those artists, they've gotten older, they've retired, some have passed on, such as Prince, right? We don't have as many people to still call out when we're hearing mediocre or stuff that just sounds like you're trying to mimic a sound or whatever's catchy. And because there's not as many people to hold the line, you have the machine cranking out kind of the same thing. So what that does is it puts a lot of artists who really want to have their own sound in a predicament. And of course, in the age of the internet, a lot of us have been fortunate enough to learn, like you said, we don't want to be locked into a deal anyway. Not a deal that's going to take everything from me, and all I get is to be on the cover of everything, but I'm broke. So that's kind of why that's happening. It's the same thing about being consistent. Like Dad was saying, in the 70s, they didn't jump on disco, and now, for instance, I won't jump on drill rap. I may listen to a few drill records. I may like an instrumental or two that I want to use, but if I'm going to do it, I'm not going to use it with the same content. And for those that may not know, drill rap is just like, it's almost like gangster rap, but with a more up-tempo feel, a lot of negativity, a lot of the same kind of who you shooting at, this kind of stuff. And that's like the common sound. That's been the common sound for a while. So me personally, if I was to take any of that kind of artistry, I would want to flip it. I have a friend of mine who's an R&B artist. He took a drill record and he flipped it into an R&B record, and it was something about love and positivity. And he's an indie artist. Go figure. So again, it's just that staying true to what it is you do as an artist. I think it worked in the 70s. It works now. And I think it's going to continue to work.
All right. Patty Browns, talk to the Alstons.
Okay. So Gerald, how long are you going to keep this thing going?
Well, I may slow down, but I'm going to keep going till, I'm going to keep going till I really get the message, Gerald, it's time to say, let's do it. I want to do it as long as I can maintain where I am and at the status that we are. I don't want to go downhill to quit. I want to stop it while I'm still doing it at a certain level.
Okay.
Yeah. There was one thing I just wanted to add before you ask the next question. One thing about independent artists, and I learned that when I did my first Sam Cooke project. Being with a label is good in a way. They can promote you, they can market you, and you may sell 1 million records. but you would never see $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
But as an independent, you can sell, you can do your own thing, market it, put it out there, and sell, just say 50,000 records, 20,000 records. But guess what? All of that money is yours. And the rest is not taking no parts of it. You know, it's your money, your songs you've written. And that's the difference. And I got that. I was talking to an artist that mentioned that to me, and I said, wow, I didn't think of it, hadn't thought of it that way. But when I did, I realized independent artists, they may not sell as many records, but what they make is theirs. If they sell 50,000 records, some of them, and the bigger they get with social media, you may get 100,000 hits. Every dime that comes there is yours.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're in a better position.
Yeah.
I just want to
Right.
say.
Right. And 26% go to federal, 15 cents go to state. And,
Oh.
But you don't have nobody telling you about no controlled composition. Or you owe me for this marketing plan. You made $10 million on this record, and $9.99 is mine.
right.
That
Yeah.
one penny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Go ahead, Patty.
So my next question would be, when you're out on the road, do you take your son with you? Are you thinking about it and showcasing your son, or how are you guys working that out, or you're just out there with the group?
Good question. He's going to go out with us starting in about November. If he's available to go in September, we have a few dates, but I've taken him out before. He performed in Atlantic City, and we played at the Harris. And the entertainment director told us whenever we come back, or that Calvin could be, he would hire Calvin to open for us.
Ooh,
So,
awesome.
so I'm going to take him out on the road and let him really get with it. When the time is available, when he's available and he's able to go on the weekends, I'm taking him out. I'm not going to refuse the opportunity.
Damn. Go ahead, nephew. Make that money, son. Make that money, nephew. Yeah. Yeah. So then we're gonna play your single.
Okay.
You covered Tevin Campbell's "Can We Talk." And I love the version that you done. You switch it up some. You're not really into the way that it was originally done. You switch it up and make it a whole new vibe about it. Tell us about "Can We Talk."
So that was a spur of the like how it started was a spur of the moment thing. I had a showcase in New York at the Delancey, and Mark, who plays with the Manhattans, I needed a guitarist, and I asked him to come out, and I wanted to do that record, but we had done it at this point. I had sang that record everywhere with the Manhattans opening up. And I was like, if I want to do it, I want to do it differently. And I was trying to figure out a way to engage the crowd. So that's when we turned it into a medley. And we kind of did a little mashup. And I remember the first time I performed it, as soon as we got into the chorus, I remember watching the crowd kind of just like, they were all like shocked. And immediately I knew that was something that had to be turned into a full-blown record. So it worked out. I loved it.
Right. And Joe, when you heard it for the first time, when Calvin played for you for the first time, what was your reaction?
Well, to hear it finally recorded, I felt like I'm just so proud and so happy, because it shows his versatility, and Calvin has his own style, and Calvin can sing. And I'm not just bragging because he's my son, but he can sing, and he has his own style, and I want him to continue to work that style. Calvin has opened for us at the Birchmere, at the Fitzgerald in Tunica, Mississippi. He's opened for us quite a few times, and now with And this particular record, I think it's going to open many doors for him.
All right. All right, Cal. It's your song. Introduce the song.
All right. So now you guys are going to be listening to Can We Talk by me, Cal. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Set your presets. Listening to the DJ Mel Show live at the WL Studio.
With some choices.
Last night I saw you standing, and I started pretending I knew you, and you knew me too. Ooh, and just like a Rone, you were too shy, but you weren't the only, 'cause so was I. And I've dreamed of it ever since, and I've built up my confidence. Girl, the next time you come my way, I'll know just what to say. Yeah, let me take you to a place that's nice and quiet. There ain't no one there to interrupt, ain't gotta rush. I just wanna take it nice and slow. See, we've been waiting for this for so long, making love until the sun comes up. Baby, I just wanna take it nice and slow. Now here we are, driving round town, contemplating where I wanna lay you down. Girl, you got me saying, my, wish that I could pull over and get this thing started right now. I wanna do something freaky to you, baby. I don't think they heard me. I wanna do something freaky to you, baby. Call out my name. CALVINALSTON. Now, baby, tell me what you wanna do with me. Got a nigga feeling like Jodeci. Every time that you roll with me, holding me, trying to take control of me, nice and slow. But you know, never letting go, never switching up the flow. This how the bridge go. One more chance with you again. I will not let it go. Oh, please give me just one more chance for love. Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know
am putting that on rotation as soon as we get off the air. I'm putting this on rotation, nephew. I'm putting it on rotation.
Thank you.
That's my nephew, y'all, Calvin Alston. We're doing the mashup of Can We Talk and Make Me Wanna. Wow. Woo!
Awesome.
Wow. Patty Brown, what you think?
Young man, I think that is a very, you know what? I'm having an award ceremony on August 27th, and I wish you was here to open it up. That was awesome. Yes. I think you got a hit there.
Thank you. I hope so. You're right. You're definitely right.
And I can hear your dad in there too.
Yeah, right. See, a little blend in there every now and again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Nat Red.
Oh, I was feeling it. I was feeling it. That's the kind of stuff that I like. Like you could take a song and make a perfect blend.
Mm-hmm.
That's my whole vibe. So yeah, I was feeling it. I was sitting here thinking it in my head, just yeah.
And if I can say, you can, Gerald, it was something that you said earlier. You can hear his own style.
Yes.
You know, he has his own style, and you can hear that. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I second that. I like how you did not try to overstress a falsetto. Because as much as I like Usher, not even Usher can do a falsetto.
All right.
I have said that many times. So I love the fact that you did not try to, and that's one of the things that I was listening for. Some people take songs and I love the fact you can make it your own, and that is the best form of flattery, when you can take a song and make it your own. And you did that. You didn't overstress your vocals. You stayed within the pocket. You weren't pitchy. It was like you course correct yourself. I like that. Your tone was nice. It was rich, and you did not, and I'm gonna say this again, try to stress a falsetto. My thing is this: if you know you can't hit that falsetto, don't do it.
There you go.
I know Usher's probably somewhere going, I'm gonna find Nat Red. Come on, find me.
Yeah. Hey, Nat, I will send this song to you. You can play it on your show, The Red Zone, every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on WMEL Radio. And man, nephew, I'm proud of you, nephew. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Wow, man.
Tell them where you're performing at.
Well, I have a show on the 26th in Atlantic City. It's, I think I'm opening for After 7. There are quite a few other groups on there, but I'm opening for them this Saturday.
That's right.
26th, yeah.
Wow.
Yep. It's a big outdoor festival that they have every summer. It's the summer festival they have with Vanessa Jordan and the National Army Society. And she put him on there, said, you got to come on with it.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And see there, you're so close, because our award show is on August 27th. And you're so close to Baltimore. Wow.
Nephew, come on down 95 South, man. Come on down and make that money, son.
No problem doing that.
Huh?
I have no problem doing that. Money is that sounds good to me.
I know that's right.
Yeah. Hey, listen, listen, mate. All right, I got to read this. I got a message from Scotty Scott of the Whispers, who's listened to us, who is a big fan of the show, and he want me to tell you, young man, that you are going places, right? He loved the version that you done of Can We Talk and Make Me Wanna. You went outside the box and made it your own vibe, your own style. So he said, keep up the good work and keep on making your daddy proud.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Mate.
That means a lot. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. And And Joe, hey, Joe, well, you know Scotty very well.
Yes, indeed. A shout out to my brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, right. So, Cal, right, where can they purchase the single?
The single, along with the entire album, is on Apple Music, Spotify. It's called Rebirth and Revelations. Is the entire project, and the single is "Can We Talk." You can get that literally all just about any streaming service: Deezer, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, all of the major streaming platforms.
Right, and if you want to go old school like the pops right there, and they want a hard copy, aka a CD, how can how can they go about getting a copy of that?
If you want a hard copy, you'd have to notify me or him via email, and we have to press them and get them out to you. So my email and his email, mine is in my Instagram. You can find it at Cal Alston Music, all one word, CALALSTON Music. You can email me via my Instagram and let me know you want a copy. And yeah, we'll hard press those and get them out to you.
Yeah, and
If
so
I could interject,
go ahead.
if you don't mind. Now, one thing I always tell my listeners is, now I stress this all the time, is support music, support these artists, especially indie artists. They work very hard for the money. So certain streaming services such as Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Play, and more, they only disperse less than 1% of the cost of the song. So for every $1.29 that you spend, the artist is getting about 2 cents. So I encourage you all, those who are listening, you want to hear more from Calvin Alston, you want to see what he's got going on. Calvin, tell them where they can find your music on, if you're, as far as you have your own website, or how they can find you on social media. Because that's
yeah, I would say to find me on social media, all of my social media is the same. Cal Alston Music, CALALSTON Music. And I would add to that, instead of just streaming the songs, like she said, if you really want to help indie artists out, purchase, because I know it's easy to stream and that's where we get that 2 cents on a dollar. But when you buy the single, when you buy the album, we see a lot more. So please do that. But yes, all my social media is, again, Cal Alston Music, CALALSTON Music, all one word.
Yeah, we got a question is from one of our listeners. I want to know, like, how can they book you to perform at a venue around the country? Do they have to go through Daddy first?
No, I mean they could reach out to me, but regardless, we're gonna talk about it. So whether you send it to him or you send it to me, we still gonna sit down and deliberate anyway. Because I'm not gonna do that without getting some pearls of wisdom from him. So regardless, you could reach out to him, you could reach out to me, and again through my social media, my Instagram has my email already built in. So if you just click the tab that says email, you'll be able to send me anything. So if you have my social media, my Instagram, you have my email.
Right. And so let me go to my brother real quick. Last time Joe was on the show, he said that he's currently in the studio to make his second gospel album. Right. And so what's the progress, man? Have you come up with the title of the album yet? And
No.
also, if do you have a new single ready yet?
No, actually, we I was talking to my producer, to Curtis, and we're going to start exactly. We got time in October, so we're going to put it together then. I did do an arrangement. Curtis did a beautiful arrangement that I performed this weekend at the convention, Imperial Session, the Shriners, and it's called "I Feel Like Going On" from
Heartbeat.
And he did a beautiful arrangement with choir vocals. And I'm going to try it. I got to talk to him and see what he's doing. My son, both my sons, I would like to do something with them again too, as well.
Yes, right. Right. And Cal, right, and he, like Gerald, when he came on the scene, he started writing and producing songs for his daddy, Eddie Revert, and the OJ's albums now. So that was like 25, 30 years ago when he first started doing that. Are you planning on doing the same thing with your pops and the Manhattans? Like with new music.
I've thought about it. I've reached out in the past to other artists I knew that were songwriting and asked if they were interested in doing that as well. So it's definitely on the table. When they start to go into that next project, we can definitely deliberate and figure out, because I would definitely be interested in seeing what comes of that.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it.
Okay. We have also a question right from the WML Radio universe off of our website, WML Radio. Roberta right from Charleston, South Carolina. She wants to know this question to both of y'all. She's saying on the subject about where's the real R&B at, and will you bring Joe? Will you bring real R&B back to your generation? And Calvin, what would you do to bring real R&B to your generation?
You go first, Pop.
Okay. Well, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'll bring it more in today's productions, but I will continue to sing songs that people can identify with, that they understand that this is a part of life. I'm still talking about making love, breaking up, coming back together, cheating or whatever, but it's going to be in today's vein. And there's going to be stories that the stories of the songs will have substance that everybody can hear, understand, and listen to. Young kids will be able to understand it and know what I'm talking about.
All right, Cal.
And for me, I'm going to stay in the class of artists that I think also are bringing that R&B of today back. I think it's important for me and people in that class to break out of the mold, stay away from sounding like everything else, and really trying to focus on what makes R&B R&B, which is the singing, the harmonies, the backgrounds, the different elements we do. We all, if you really sing, you love Brandy, you love her background vocals. There are things that you do and you take from the artists that really gave us R&B. You learn and you implement it in a way that works for you. And I think that's what I, along with other artists in that class, are going to continue to do.
Right. So let me ask Miss Brown this question as soon as she show her beautiful face on the screen here. There you are. So, like me and you and called Nat, right? We from the old school, we from that generation. What do you think is missing in R&B music today, in your opinion?
The artist. I think the artist, because, and the reason why I'd say that, and Gerald, you can piggyback on this. Like when they have the BET awards and stuff like that, they will have the younger generation singing the old school artist songs instead of having the old school artists perform their own songs. Yeah. So I think as far as shows like that, I think that's missing. If you're going to celebrate them, or you're going to play their record, or you're going to sing their song, let them sing their own song. And it keeps it with the younger generation as well. You think, Gerald?
I agree, because it'll give the young artists to see those that are us that are still able to do it and come out and sing. They get a chance to see where we're coming from and see how we our feelings about the songs that we sing in performance. I was having a conversation with my wife the other day about the same thing, is that we as R&B artists, old school artists, quote unquote old school artists, we R&B, we never have got the breaks that we deserve. Feel like we have. You watch the Grammys, even go back to the Grammys. They've had R&B segments. Either R&B segment was on before, or it was such a small spot, but we were never really given a part where we were a part. And television shows where we played, national TV shows, we were just in and out. But we never really got the opportunity, and to celebrate us. And all of the music that you're hearing from the young artists today was built on our foundation.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's right. And I want to say hello to your beautiful wife, Edna, who made a guest appearance behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just sent her a text message. You don't know how to take camera. You don't know how to take
And also, I just like to say, Calvin didn't mention it, but I want to just let you know, he has 2 singles. He has a rap single called Honesty Hour.
Yeah, Honesty Hour.
Right, which is going to be getting some play. And but it's good that if you can do it with both of these songs, let's go with it,
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of rap, but after I heard what he was talking about in this song, it really changed. It really helped me to see that there is some good, in rapping and hip hop if you do it the right way. And it may take you longer to get there, but when you get there, you'll be there. You won't be a one-hit wonder.
Hey,
I
Joe.
think one thing I wanted to add when you guys were talking about what's kind of missing is something I think about. It shows up in 2 instances with the BET Awards where we talk about that allowing older artists and younger artists to kind of share the stage and have the older artists like pass the torch kind of situation. I remember in my childhood, James Brown being on stage and Michael Jackson coming out and putting the cape on him.
Yes.
That was I think BET Awards 2009, something like that.
Yeah.
One of the biggest moments you could ever think of. But what was more important was we in that moment, for those that didn't know or weren't already up on who influenced who, we got to see Michael Jackson stand right there and tell the world,
Yes.
I would not be here without this man. He was almost in tears, and it's one of those things that kind of gives you that hit, that R&B history, that it helps you understand the timeline of where things came from and where they're going. And one of the instances where it happened recently, where it didn't happen rather, was the most recent BET Awards. Tina Turner was supposed to have a tribute, and there was an artist by the name of Victoria Monet, amazing R&B artist. She does her own choreography, the whole nine. She just released a video, perfect for the job. And instead of allowing her to partake in that passing of the torch, they asked Patty, which we love Patty, nothing wrong with Patty, but Patty is not a dancer. Patty's not that's not her thing. And that was the opportunity for the younger crowd to see somebody that they had latched onto, saying, look, this is somebody that influenced me. Because if you see Victoria Monet, she's taken from her, she's taken from Beyonce, she's taken from all the ladies that used to do the choreography and sing. And it wasn't there. And people in my age group were looking around like, why didn't we get that, that moment for her to bridge that gap for the younger audience? So
Right.
I think what you guys are saying is spot on, and it's evident, in real time. We could see it.
Yeah, you're right. Nat, unmute yourself.
Sorry. I feel you on that. I feel I'm just going to add a little extra to it. With this whole thing with the writer's strike still going on. And then on top of that, Tyler took over.
Yes.
Tyler has now taken over BET. So therefore, that judgment call ended up being on his watch. I stopped watching award shows a long time ago. And I stopped watching them because they have changed and it has been tainted so, because the music of right now, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good music out there by the mainstream artists, but they are puppets. They have to fit within a certain way of the label. So, which you find your artists such as your Chrisette Michelle's, your Alicia Keys, your Beyonce, they've gotten out of those contracts. They broke their contracts and they're doing stuff on their own because they're not able to being under the label, they're not able to be their true selves.
Mhm.
And that's the beauty of being independent. You're able
Yep.
to be your true self. What's missing in R&B right now? Heart and soul.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
you're conveying, I'm not feeling. Everything is lay me down, roll me over, do me, call me in the morning. On your way out the door, grab a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of what it is right now. There's no OJ's subliminal messages, no Isley Brothers subliminal messages, no Manhattan's touch of gold. There's none of that.
Mhm.
There's no love. There's love somewhere,
Right.
Right.
but it's not there. That's why I gravitate so much to independent artists, because it's a lot of heart. There's nobody trying to be the next Beyonce. They could care less about being a part of the BI.
Right.
It's about adapting to their true selves,
Mhm.
being who they are, and conveying a message. The message is there. The
Yeah.
message is there. If your message is not conveyed in your music, you have totally lost me.
You're right. All right. Hey, Nat, I had to stop you right there because I got one more question right before we wrap the show up. And this question is for Gerald. Lot of the artists these days, I mean, talking about the older artists who've been around 50, 60 years, they're now finally getting ownership of their catalogs from the record industry now, because there's a new law saying now that after a certain amount of years that you can own your masters. So if there's a possibility, right, that you and the estates of Abu Lovett, Sunday Bivens, Kenny Kelly, Richard Taylor, you know, would it be and also Smitty, would it be a possibility, right, that the Manhattans will end up owning y'all
Yeah.
masters?
I can answer that for you right now. Yes. There's something I'm going to look into. In fact, I was just, boy, you read my mind. But and get it done. I've gotten several calls about it. So it's just a matter of making it happen.
Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
Yeah, man, just imagine, right, you owning the second biggest single in the history of this industry, Kiss and Say Goodbye, man. And now some people want to use the song, they got to call you now.
That's it.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Patty, and we're going to wrap it up.
All right, this question is for Calvin and Gerald. Hey, Calvin, have you thought about singing "Kiss and Say Goodbye"? That song.
Your
it's
version,
funny.
Calvin. Your version.
I've not thought about covering any of their songs, but we did a show at my alma mater, Morgan State University, some years ago.
Again, yeah.
And I had to stand in for Dad during the rehearsals. And yeah, I had fun singing all of them. What is it? Kiss and Say Goodbye. We did Shine the Star. I think we did one more, and it was fun. So I mean, who knows? I may still want to do something like that down the line. I wouldn't be surprised if that was something to pop up at some point.
All right.
Wait a minute. Nephew, you didn't tell me about that part.
No, that was fun, man. That was just, I think he was trying to conserve his voice for the night. And yeah, we had me stand and do everything, and they were like, "Oh, you hitting all the licks." And yeah, because I heard these records so many times, I knew where everything was, I knew what the arrangement was, so we just did it. And yeah, so it's always a possibility when it's something like that. Yeah,
right. Do you put that growl? Yeah, right. Do you put your father growl in that voice where to sound like him?
I had a little something special. A little something special in there.
Yeah, indeed. Anyway, but we're gonna wrap this up, right? Patty Brown, final words for the Alstons.
Well, thank you. I'm glad I was on here tonight, and it's very good to see you again, Gerald and Calvin. It was very nice meeting you. And Gerald, I have a little pitch to make here. You guys were in the magazine, so I would love to honor you one day.
Okay,
Soon.
let's talk.
Soon.
Okay, let's talk.
All right. Thank
That would be
you.
an honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, well, you gotta call me anyway, and we can negotiate that. All right. I'm joking, Pat. I'm joking. Yeah. All right. Nat Red.
Final parting words. Individuality. Always remain true to who you are. Be your authentic self. Mimicking is a great form of flattery, but there's nothing like being God only made one.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Cal, this is your first time on the show here, and I hope that you know that you come back again. All right, you know, come back and hang out with your uncle sometime. All right. So what we do here on the DJ Mel Show is that we allow our guests to speak to the fans. So I know that you probably gained some new fans listening on the show today. So I want you to speak to the people. Speak to the people.
Okay. What can I say? I appreciate you and I thank you for lending me your ear, lending me your heart, your mind, and I hope you stick with me on the journey, man. It's a lot more to come. There's a lot of things I want to do with my music, different messages I want to convey, and I want to achieve the goal of really blending that doo-wop and hip-hop together in a way that I don't think we've heard before. So I just hope you stick along for the ride, and I'm appreciative that you're even here now. So thank you, and I can't wait to see you guys at a show.
All right, my brother.
Yes, sir. One thing I forgot. Calvin will be opening for us at the Birchmere on November 5th.
Yeah.
Put that out there. Also, but I'd like to thank all of our fans. Thank you and the many fans that have supported me over the 53 years in the Manhattans. And now I'm asking you to support my son. Go out and buy his music. He's his own person. He has his own style, and God has blessed him. And, just give him just go out there and do it. Buy his music, support him.
Yeah, and of course, right? You know that we play Manhattan music on WML Radio, and now we will continue the legacy, right? By bringing my nephew, Calvin, into the WML Radio family, right? I already uploaded the song on rotation, so.
Perfect.
Yo, listen, go get my nephew's single, Can We Talk, Missing with a Little, Make Me Wanna. It's a damn good song, y'all. You heard it here on the show. Go to Apple Music, YouTube Music, go to Google Play, go to any, I don't know if CD Baby got it in that yet or not, but go and get it. Go support my nephew, and also, as always, go and buy a Manhattan's album. A single, because the Manhattan's still out there, still doing it after 60 years, and they're still coming out the new music. The latest project from the Manhattans, The Legacy Continues, is still out there, y'all. Get it. Go get your credit cards out. Go get it. And if you're at the shows, you know Joe gonna have all his CDs there, and he will willing to sign a copy for you. All right. Anyway, y'all, we got to get the hell on out of here. Patty Bound, thank you so very much for hanging out with us. Don't forget 50 Plus, the Second Half Magazine first ever awards ceremony this Sunday, August 27th at the Patasco Arena. So, it's from 5 to 10, 3301 Annapolis Boulevard in Baltimore. All right, so it's all right. I think you're looking at me so strange. I hope I got the right address.
Annapolis Road.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 33004 Annapolis Road. All right.
3301 Annapolis Road. And you live in Baltimore.
Wait a minute. Man's invited on this damn fire here, right? The one look like a four.
Get some glasses. Get some glasses.
Anyway, call right now, 202-705-1691 for tickets. Get your tickets now, right? And support 50 Parts of Second Half Magazine. And Natalie Red, she also got music out. And where can they purchase your music at, girl?
You can find my music anywhere music's sold digitally. You can go iTunes, Amazon Music, wherever, but I prefer you go to I Am Natalie Red, and that's red with 2Ds.com. There you can find it. Do your thing.
Yeah. Natalie, thank you so very much for being my special guest co-host. And don't check out her show, The Red Zone, every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on WMO Red. She played the best in slow jams and independent artist music. And you can't get no better than that. And I hope and pray that she will play Can We Talk, Make Me Wanna by my nephew, Calvin Alston, on her show as well, too. We are out of here. Joe.